And good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. Today is Friday, July 28th. I am your host, Josh Engel. Almost forgot the mic. I was just going to talk into the ether. We are live streaming today on our WLBB Facebook page. So if you have any questions or comments for today's honored guests, feel free to throw those into the chat, and we'll read them out to everyone that's joined us today. The guests for this morning's program, as we chat about the 2023 Optimist Club International Oratorical Contest. We have one of the contestants himself, Shad McMillan, a Carrollton Senior here in the studio with us, placed third in the international contest, but had many victories along the way. We also have Gerald Johnson, the president of the Optimist Club. We also have Richard Bracknell, the Carrollton Speech and Debate coach. Speech and debate. See, look at that. I'm throwing CH and everything. Speech and debate coach, as well as Dr. Diana Johnson, the Club Oratorical Contest chair. Again, we're talking about the most recent Optimist International Oratorical Contest, which happened actually just, I believe, very recently, maybe even a few weeks ago, correct? Excellent. Well, first, how about we get some origin stories here on our guests, a little bit of some bios, so folks know who we're talking to. If we could start with Gerald Johnson, president of the Optimist Club. Sir, tell us a bit about yourself. And then for listeners tuning in, could you tell folks about the Optimist Club as well?
Okay, thank you. My name is Gerald Johnson. I have been a member of the Carrollton Optimist Club almost as long as there has been a Carrollton Optimist Club. The club organized in 1969, in December of 69, led by Herb Strabino, who was our original charter president and is still living here in Carrollton. I've been a member since 1971, so going on about 52 years. And the Optimist Club has sponsored an oratorical contest every year here in Carrollton since we have been an Optimist Club, and which is over 50 years. We've seen a lot of students come through the program. Some years we'll have as many as 20 students enter the local contest. And I'll have to say, Shad, when we saw you speak in the local contest this year, we all knew you had it in you to be in the world competition. And last Friday we got to see him in the world competition, and that was so amazing. He is the first student from Carroll County that's made it that far in the competition.
We're talking about the world competition.
World competition, right.
Well, I mean, we're going to be talking about that. What's it like knowing, you're the best in the world at something, or, very close to the best? I mean, just getting to go there is huge. I mean, that's massive.
So we were trying to figure up yesterday, me and another one of the members, how many students were involved this past year worldwide. And we got to look at how many clubs there were, how many districts there were, and it's got to have been over 500,000 students were involved in the competition.
Wow.
And to be the number 3 in the whole world out of that many students is just amazing.
Could you speak a bit to the mission of the Optimist Club?
Well, our number one mission is to work with young people and help to better their lives in the community. We also work with other groups in the community. We're a civic club, and our purpose is to make the Carrollton community a better place to live. And we do all sorts of things. Just this week we sponsored what we call the Clothing for the Growing project, which is we help fund clothing for foster children and homeless children that are in the local school system, need help buying back to school clothes, and we helped fund that through our fundraising. We work with the city of Carrollton. We do help do the Carrollton Christmas Parade every year. We do an essay contest, this oratorical contest, and all monthly we're doing programs in the community.
So let's throw it over to the Club Oratorical Contest chair, Dr. Diana Johnson. Dr. Johnson, could you tell us, same question, could you tell us a bit about yourself and about your role within the Optimist Club?
Sure. I joined the Optimist Club in 1987, and the first project that I was put in charge of was the oratorical contest. And at that point, I had not started my educator's career. I had graduated with my degree, but not begun teaching. And it was interesting because I thought, I can organize anything, okay? So I said, sure, I'll do that. Well, I got it all organized and then said, well, who's going to MC it? And they all looked at me and said,
well,
you are.
Yeah.
So I understand where these students are coming from, having to stand up in front of somebody. I was a little older than they were when I did it, but it's still, I stood at the podium and one of our members' spouses was at the end of the head table. And she said, from the podium up, you looked really poised, but your little hands were shaking all over the place underneath the table.
Like a leaf on a tree.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So this is really one of our favorites, my favorite projects that we do. And then as a educator, I taught for 25 years at the high school level. And as an educator, I understand the importance to the students of learning how to stand up and speak for themselves and share their message. So I love this contest. And at serving as the chair, I've served as a chair again this year. And it's a lot of organizational stuff, getting the judges together, because you need to get judges and a timekeeper and reach out to the schools. And I'll just tell you, we had participation from Carrollton High School and from Central High School this year. We would love to have participation from the other high schools within the county.
Yeah, shout out to all other high schools.
Absolutely.
Get in on this, and you can be on the next episode. We'll get 4 or 5 more chairs in here. It'll be great.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Now, and let's be honest. I mean, in today's world of misunderstandings and frustrations, if folks were a bit more comfortable communicating and expressing complex ideas, a lot of these problems might not happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is an opportunity for these students to learn how to put their thoughts together in a concise manner to get their point across and to share with everybody else. Here's what my thought is. Here's how I think we can make the world a better place.
Excellent.
And to get that voice out there. And we give them that opportunity. And another big item with this is the scholarship money. They start at the local club level. 2 of the local club level winners, the first and second place, advance to a zone, which is several clubs across a couple of counties, across several counties. Then they go to an area contest, which is a larger geographical location in the county and around the state.
Sure.
Part of Tennessee and all of Georgia is our district. So they move from the area contest, they move to the district contest. And the winner at the district contest goes to a regional, which is all of the southeast. So on the 20th, Shad competed in the regional and placed first, which meant he advanced to the world competition and then placed third in the world competition.
World's finest right here.
There you go.
The world competition. That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Dr. Diana Johnson, the Optimist Club Oratorical Contest Chair. Let's throw it over to Carrollton Speech and Debate Coach. I'm going to do that all day. Speech and Debate Coach, Richard Bracknell. Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming back on the program.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, there's one thing we can be sure of. It's that if you're involved, excellence is typically going to follow down the line. We've had you on the program with a lot of the debate team members, a lot of winners, a lot of all-stars. If you could, tell us a bit about you and maybe speak briefly on what's something that you really try to hit home with these students that you think maybe helps give them the edge. So a very important lesson, something that you bestow upon them.
Gotcha. I said, well, one of the very first things that I have to say is I work for a school system that is dedicated to very high goal standard for students, and a part of that is, the student has to learn how to communicate. It's a world in which communication is taking place whether we like it or not, whether it's an interview for a job, an interview for a scholarship, or just talking to one's children and friends and peers. And so, the speech and debate program was established at Carrollton, years ago, and the Board of Education has supported this. In fact, Dr. Albertus has attended some of our tournaments and watched our students and really has encouraged them along that way. But you can do so much in a classroom. It's kind of, hey, this is an assignment, yada, yada, yada. But when they have an opportunity with a club like the Optimist Club, where they go into an environment they're not familiar with, and they're able to practice their skills and to give their speech, it changes things. It makes it a little more real with how important it is to be able to sell your ideas. Well, this club has always had a very competitive speech contest, which is, we've fought hard in there, and that's one reason we're so excited that, Shad coming out and doing what he did is amazing. But you take a wonderful student like Shad. I mean, he's a good student regardless of whether he played into this or not. But I think for him to be able to get on sort of the world stage lets him kind of expand on and open his horizons for what is out there and for what he can accomplish. And that's when I'm really appreciative of the Carrollton Optimist Club. In fact, if I might add, so appreciative of that I was a part of a group that organized the Optimist Club of Temple. And one of our main goals was to get into Temple High School and to give those students there the same opportunities that was taking place, in the Carrollton area. So we've had a lot of excitement with that, and we've had some awesome contestants to come through Temple High School. So a big shout out to Temple High School and the great things they're doing there.
Excellent. Well, we actually have our first comment of the morning on our live stream on the WLBB Facebook page. Atlanta Braves legend, the Dancing Kevin Bush, says, "Good morning, Optimist friends. So proud of Shad." Who's Shad, you might wonder? That's Shad McMillan. But I'm going to leave listeners on a cliffhanger because we're going to take our first commercial break. But when we come back, we have set the stage. We've heard from all of Shad's backup. We're going to hear from the man himself, International Optimist Oratorical Contest, Optimist Club International Oratorical Contest winner, international third place contestant, Shad McMillan. So we're going to take our first commercial break, but we'll continue our conversation, and you don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
The Entrepreneur Scholar Journey at Oak Mountain Academy is designed to provide students with a clearly defined curriculum-based track to acquire essential knowledge and skills for success in business and leadership. Critical areas include identifying entrepreneurial characteristics, selecting a value position, and business model development. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
And welcome back to Community Voice. Today is Friday, July 28th. I'm your host, Josh Engel. We are live streaming on our WLBB Facebook page. So if you have any questions or comments for our guest, feel free to throw those in. I'd be proud to read those out. To today's guest, our guest is a winner here. We got Shad McMillan, Carrollton Senior, and the third place contestant in the 2023 Optimist Club International Oratorical Contest. And you heard me right, folks. The World Contest, the International Contest. We also have his speech and debate coach from Carrollton High School, Richard Bracknell, as well as the president of the Optimist Club, Gerald Johnson, and Club Oratorical Contest chair, Dr. Diana Johnson. Shad, you're the man of the hour. Good morning, man.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Shad McMillan. I'm the contestant, and I'm going to be a senior in Carrollton High School this year. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of new to the Carrollton area. Last year, my junior year, was my first year in Carrollton, and it was really amazing because I didn't know what I was getting into when I got here. I sat down with the lady to make my schedule and everything, and she was like, "Yeah, you seem like a really great kid. You should join speech and debate." And I was like, okay. And she was like, yeah, I feel like it'll be really great. And I wasn't really sure about it, I didn't know if that was something I wanted to get into.
You knew you had no problem talking to people,
exactly.
But
yeah.
this, yeah.
But this, I was like, I don't know, I've never done this before. She said, yeah, the coach is amazing. And I was like, okay. And I didn't know it then, but it was a really great program, and I'm so glad that I joined. After the first time I gave this speech, Mr. Bracknell, he came over to me and he was like, hey, like, I'm so glad you joined this program. I'm so glad you came to the school, and you don't know it yet, but you're going to be glad too. And I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, the Brack attack. It's the Brack attack when he comes up and pumps you up. You go to the world competition.
Oh yeah.
So, tell us a bit about you as a student. What kind of subjects are you interested in? How do you view school?
Oh yeah, I really like school. It's really fun for me. I like studying. Getting notes together. I'm really good at math and science. It's my kind of thing. Writing, I don't write too often, but apparently Mr. Bracknell opened me up to this new thing. Apparently I'm a good public speaker. So yeah, that's really been my thing, math and science. I usually get good grades and all that kind of stuff.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Bracknell, Carrollton speech and debate coach. What is something that you what stood out with Shad? What just told you that this guy had the skills. This guy had what it took.
He is an amazing young man. His personality just fills the room when he walks in. He is one of the most optimistic students that I've taught. And I say that because he takes each challenge that you hand him, and he looks at you with this, Shad look, and then he walks away, and then when he comes back, the assignment to do the Optimist speech, the speech was the Optimist in me, and
so that was like the theme.
Yeah,
like
so he should talk.
The optimism
Go
within me.
And tell a little bit about
take
that.
Take us through that. So I wanted to ask about your preparation. So you have the theme now. How did you and the Brack attack this thing?
Well, it was a very weird process. It was originally a class assignment. He came to us in class and he was like, hey, I want you guys to enter this contest. The theme is discovering the optimism within me, and he was like, I just want you to write a speech, be personal, expound on it. And I was like, all right. So I took the paper home, I read the rules and everything, 4 to 5 minute speech, no props, yada, 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 all that stuff. And so I was sitting, and the deadline was like a Friday, I think. And I was sitting in my room just thinking, I'm like, I have no idea what to write. And, I talked to my mom about it, and, we were just like brainstorming ideas, and next morning I came to class, I had jotted some things down, and I put something together really quick. And with Brack's help, we did some little polishing and everything, and I ended up giving the speech, and we held a little competition within the class, just to see, and I won, and I was like, all right, that's great, like, cool beans.
It's cool to win. And then Brack's like, you're not done. Let's move it up to the next level.
Right. Yeah, but it was really great, it was amazing.
So
Brack's been really supportive.
Absolutely. So where did you go from there?
Well, from there, I won the contest, and he was like, great. And then he sent me a little text, and he was like, all right, meet me at what was the name of your church? Meet me at North Point Church at 6 p.m. on yada, yada, yada. And I was like, all right, okay.
He's like, for what? Don't worry about it. Be there.
Exactly. So he gave me a date and time, and I went there. I didn't really know what I was getting into, and I didn't expect to go far at all. I just kind of showed up. I did whatever. It was a small room, in this church, a couple people here and there, some people's parents and everything. And I actually knew some of the contestants, from like local schools and everything. So we were just like speaking, and we did whatever. And then, you do the speech, and the judges go away, and they come back, and they're like, who won? And it was amazing. And I got $200. I was like, wow, $200.
Whoa, I was just doing this in a classroom a couple of weeks ago, and now I got money. Okay.
Yeah, so I got excited about it then, and then we just kept on moving up.
So as far as, prizes, so you won the $200 there. And which level was that?
That was the club.
That was the club level. So from there, talk to us a bit about some of the prizes you won at the other levels, because I know scholarships are involved.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. At the club, it was $200, just a little taste to get us excited, about the contest. From then, we didn't have too many prizes going on, the zone and the area, but it was the district competition. And the district competition, if you won that, then you got $2,500.
Wow.
And that was held at the Tellus Museum. Yeah, so we went to Tellus Museum to give that speech, and it's a really amazing place. Being there, that was $2,500 scholarship. Scholarship money. Yeah, big. It was a step
Each
up.
time it gets bigger and bigger.
it was a little bit of a step up. Bigger room, a lot of people there, and the competition was crazy. But by the grace of God, I made it through, and then. The next was Region then, right? Yeah, we went to Region after that in St. Louis, Missouri. And I gave the speech, and we didn't get to know until the next morning. But the next morning, they announced the winners, and first place was $5,000 scholarship. And when I won that was amazing. And then I got to get this, this big check, and you hold it up and everything, the $5,000 scholarship. So you add those two together. And then for the world competition...
Yeah, where was that, by the way?
That was the same place, St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
It was amazing. I've never been to Missouri before. It was awesome. The architecture is amazing there. And so the first, second, and third prizes were, it was $15,000, $10,000, and then $5,000. So I won third and got another $5,000. So
it's amazing.
Yeah, altogether it's about like
do the math and how much you get paid per minute for a 5-minute speech.
Oh yeah. For a 5-minute speech, that's amazing.
Those are the kind of odds. That's the ratio we want to talk about.
Yeah.
That's good odds.
Oh yeah.
So when you found out that you had won the third place, that you placed in the international contest, and what was that like?
It was confusing. Like I was sitting in the chair, and we were all there waiting, and the guy was talking, and we're all just like, okay, we'll announce the winners. We want to know who won. And so all the contestants were sitting, and I was representing the Southeast region because that was my region. That's the region that I won. And all the contestants were very supportive. They're like, you got it. Southeast region, yeah, do it for us. Go. And so we were sitting there waiting for them to announce the winners, and they were going, third, second, first. And so they said, third place, from the Southeast region. And I was like,
no
who
way.
is it? I was like, who is it? And then they said Shad McMillan. I was like, oh wait, yeah, that's me. And so,
awesome.
So I got up and I went on the stage, and it was just like, it was crazy. Like I didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what to do. I was just there, and they were taking pictures, and I was just trying to smile, but it was awesome, and I was holding the award and everything and the check, and it was really surreal. I didn't really feel it. It's still hard to comprehend right now, like third in the world.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Congratulations. We're so unbelievably proud of you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This is huge. So I got to ask before we take our next break here, I got to ask. So, here you are, you got a whole support team of people that love you and that believed in you and knew what you could accomplish. How do you think you want to, take this skill moving forward? I'm sure you'll probably look into competing again. Mm-hmm. But as far as professionally, has this altered how you would like to grow from here, and what kind of career might want to get into?
Yeah, well, definitely. I'm definitely excited for next year, my senior year, with Bracknell on the speech and debate team. We're definitely going to do some great things there, and I'm really excited, moving forward. But then farther than that, as I've said, I was really good at math and science, and I've always wanted to go into engineering and, specifically aerospace engineering. That's kind of what I wanted to do. So I wanted to go to like a 4-year college and go into that sort of area. But, that's subject to change because this has opened me up to something really big here. And I don't know. I might want to do something speaking wise in the future.
Well, maybe that'll be next year's theme. You can pretty much do anything you want.
Yeah.
What can I do with my talent here?
Exactly.
Well, time is 8:54. We're going to go and take our last commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation with, of course, the third place international contestant for the Optimist Club Oratorical Contest, Shad McMillan, and his amazing support team, and a lot more when we come back. So stay with us.
Oak Mountain Academy is an innovative school of academic excellence celebrating over 61 years. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to join us on the mountain to see our mission and vision in action. Academic excellence, a faith-based environment, and dynamic opportunities are just a few of the reasons our families choose Oak Mountain Academy. Academic scholarships and tuition assistance are available. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
Friday, July 28th. You're listening to Community Voice. I'm your host, Josh Engel. We are live streaming on our WLBB Facebook page, so if you've missed the first two segments, please go back and watch the full episode. This is a great story. We've been chatting with Gerald Johnson, Richard Bracknell, Shad McMillan, and Dr. Diana Johnson. Shad McMillan was the third place contestant in the International Optimist Club Oratorical Contest, and he just shared his story, and it was just fantastic. I mean, it's like something right out of a movie. The Carrollton High School speech and debate coach, Richard Bracknell, you mentioned we got to hear an analysis, a look at the speech he gave.
Right. One of the exciting things about being a coach is when you see kind of the light go on. When Shad brought in the speech, I'm going, oh, this is another, whatever speech. And when he delivered it, I just kind of sat back in my chair and I went, oh my goodness, what an amazing way to handle this contest. And it was one of those where he said we worked together to edit it. There wasn't a lot to edit. So kind of the thing that I'd like for him to share is the quote that he used and how he put together the speech kind of around that quote. Because I think the quote and how he handled it is an amazing thing.
It says everything. Take it away.
All right. Well, during the speech, I start out, you have to state the topic, discovering the optimism within me. I tell them that I don't remember discovering the optimism within me because I've kind of always been optimistic from a child. It's kind of been my thing, optimism. But then I talk about how getting older, like you be introduced into these new things, like these new feelings and hate and all this kind of stuff. And I give examples of like how I've not been optimistic, like, I hate running and I had to move schools and all this kind of stuff. But I use the quote from Theodore Roosevelt and I say, do what you can with what you have where you are. And I think that's really a beautiful thing, no matter what you're going through, you just need to take a step back, take a look at what's going on, and then you evaluate, do what you can with what you have where you are. And I think if you do that, then you will get through whatever you're going through.
Spoken like a true world champion. Right there. We're almost out of time, but I got to say, honestly, Shad, you've been blessed with a gift.
Right.
You have immense talent.
Thank you so much.
Have impressed and have the support of some very, very impressive individuals, respectively.
Yeah.
So we're so proud of what you've managed to accomplish, and we honestly cannot wait to see what you do, what you pull off next year. And I hope that you'll take the time to come back on the program and tell us about that experience as well.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Perfect. And do you have any final words for listeners?
Yeah, I just want to say, optimism, it's easy to say, be optimistic, but really try, really put the effort in there. And if we all put a little bit of optimism into the world, I think that we can change it. So.
Excellent. Well, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for all joining us today. We'll see you next time.